Hi, my name is Amanda Ayala-Taylor. Today is February 6th, 2025. This is my quilt. I normally am a pattern girl, and that's how I've quilted, and I like somebody else to tell me what to do sometimes. But this was a 100-day project. If you guys have heard of that, it is basically an online community who the goal is to do something creative every day for 100 days. So this was my first 100-day project I did back in 2023. And my parameter was to make an 8.5-inch block every day for 100 days from my scraps, because I have a problem and I can't get rid of things sometimes. So anything that was bigger than something teeny tiny got saved, which is kind of fun because I can look at this and see. I remember projects that I did previously to this. At this point, I think I had been quilting for, just call it 10 years. So I had 10 years worth of scraps that I was working with. And so I have all my scraps in bins, kind of color coordinated, and I kind of just grabbed and went. So it was they're crumb blocks, and I called it 100 crummy days. And so it basically just made me go into my sewing room and do something sewing related every day. And by the end of it, I had 100 8.5-inch blocks that are rainbowy, and I did 10 by 10. So it's an 80-inch by 80-inch quilt. And I think this is the biggest quilt I had done to that point. And that's kind of what happened. And but yeah, it's really fun. My stash is still way too big, and I probably need to do more scrappy projects. But that's how this came about. And I will say towards the end, I was kind of over sewing, but I liked it because it was really mind-numbing. I didn't have to think about it. I could just sit down and sew, and it didn't matter what it looked like. And most of the time, I just kept sewing, and then I cut everything down to an 8.5-inch block. So I didn't use rulers. I just cut, and I didn't use a ruler until the end to make it an 8.5-inch block, and then sewed everything together. And that is this. And it's not labeled. I know. I was like, which way did I have it? Let me find the label. And there was none. So it will go get labeled, I promise. But that's the story of this quilt.